So, you've got an old car sitting in the driveway. Maybe it's unregistered, maybe it's a bit banged up, or maybe it's a total wreck. You've probably seen those ads everywhere, right? Cash for cars. But how do you actually turn that heap of metal into real money here in Victoria? And more importantly, how do you do it without getting ripped off? Well, let's get into it.
Look, if you've got a car you just want gone, and you'd love to have a little cash to show for it, you are definitely not alone. There is a massive industry in Victoria that's built to solve this exact problem for you, and it's all based on a very, very tempting promise.
And this is the dream they're selling. It sounds amazing, doesn't it? Instant cash in your hand, free towing, and they'll get it today. They don't care about the make, the model, or the condition, and you'll get top dollar with zero hassle. So, is it too good to be true? Let's see how it's supposed to go. Okay, so let's walk through how they pitch this whole thing. They make it sound so seamless. It's almost always this super easy three-step process that you can basically do from your couch.
I mean, on paper, it's pretty brilliant. You make a quick call, get a quote, you sign a few things on your phone, and then boom, you get paid the second they show up to tow the car. It's all designed to feel completely frictionless. The whole thing seems so easy, which, is exactly what makes the reality so frustrating when it all goes sideways.
Right, and this is where that beautiful, simple dream starts to crash head-on into reality. Let's really look at what happens when that tow truck actually pulls up to your house.
First off, let's set the stage, because the potential payout for some cars can be huge, seriously. Car wreckers in Melbourne might pay anywhere from $100 to, over $10,000 for the right vehicle. So you can see why, when you get a high quote over the phone, it feels totally believable. But then you hear stories like this one from Howard in Victoria. He was quoted $400. Sounds fair enough. But by the time the driver was done picking his car apart, the deal had completely flipped. Howard ended up having to pay them $100 just to take it away. Can you imagine?
And here's another classic tactic you'll see. A price is agreed on, everything's all set up, and then, at the very last minute, you get a text. Suddenly the deal's off, or it's changed completely. It just leaves you stranded, right back at square one.
So what's really going on here is a classic bait and switch. They lure you in with a nice high quote to get you to agree. But when the driver gets there, they suddenly find problems, and that price just plummets. Your quick, easy deal suddenly turns into this high-pressure negotiation right there on your own driveway.
So to protect yourself, you kind of have to start thinking like a wrecker. What are they actually looking at when they value your car? Well, it really just comes down to a few key things. The make and model for in-demand parts, the condition for its scrap metal value, the car's weight, heavier is better, and of course the current market demand. This stuff is what sets the real price.
But you know what? All the haggling and the lowball offers, that's not even the biggest problem here. There's something way more important going on, something that legally separates the legit businesses from the really dodgy ones.
So let's just ask the most important question straight up. Is it actually legal in the state of Victoria to get a physical stack of cash for your scrap car?
The answer is a simple, straightforward nope. And look, this isn't just some friendly advice or a guideline. This is the law. According to Consumer Affairs Victoria, the scrap metal laws flat out prohibit anyone buying or selling scrap metal, and yup, that absolutely includes cars sold for scrap, from using physical cash, period.
So how are you supposed to get paid? Well, the law is super specific about this. The payment has to be traceable. That means an electronic transfer like OSCO or PayID, or a check that can't just be cashed by anyone. It's really that simple. If a buyer offers you a wad of physical cash, they are breaking the law.
And believe me, this law has some serious teeth. Businesses that get caught paying with cash face major penalties, from hefty on-the-spot fines all the way up to maximum fines that can run into the tens of thousands of dollars. This is a big deal. Okay, so now that you're armed with that crucial piece of information, let's shift gears. We're going to build your toolkit. This is exactly how you take back control of the deal and sell your car safely. First things first, it's really important to know that you, as the seller, have legal duties too. You've got to prove you own the car and give them a receipt. Then, to officially cut ties with that car, you return the plates if you need to, and this is the big one, you have to submit a notice of disposal to Vic Roads. And I honestly cannot stress this enough. If you forget to submit that notice of disposal, you are still legally connected to that car.
That means you could be on the hook for any speeding fines, any tolls, even any crimes committed with that car down the line. It is an absolutely crucial step to protect yourself.
So let's put it all together in a quick red flag checklist. Are they insisting on paying you with cash? You know that's illegal, so that's an immediate deal breaker. Are they refusing to put the quote in writing? That's because they're planning to change it later. Can't find a registered business name or an ABN? They might not be a legit company. Any of these are a massive sign to just walk away.
So here it is, the smart seller's playbook. Start by getting multiple quotes and make sure they're written quotes. Then verify the business. Check their ABN and their licensed motor car trader number online. It only takes a second. Confirm that they'll pay you legally by electronic transfer. Only after you have a signed contract and all their details for the notice of disposal do you hand over the keys. Then submit that notice to VicRoads right away. Just like that, you're in complete control.
So, let's just end on this. The next time a buyer shows up and tries to pressure you, or lowball you, or insists on breaking the law by paying cash, when you know your rights and you know their legal obligations, who really holds all the power in that negotiation?